Okay, so in this class, I will walk through the how to consume a web service. So when it comes to the web service, there are two different kind of web services. There like SOAP-based web services and REST-based web services. So to consume the SOAP-based web service, we need to use the web service consumer, and to consume a REST-based web service, we need to use the HTTP request connector. So by using that, you can consume a REST-based web service. And once we learned how to consume these web services, we will see that later what is exactly a RAML. So RESTful API modeling language. So these days,
The restful, rest, come again with the restful.
RAML, RESTful API modeling language. Okay, so that we will see in later.
Yeah, okay.
Today's class, we will walk through that how to consume a web service and how to consume a REST service. We'll consume that and we'll get the response back from that, and I will show you that how the response will be. So these kind of things we will see in the today's class. But RAML and designing API. So these are the most interesting things and useful thing for the customers also, because most of the customers are interested to migrate their existing business logics to the APIs. So we must be familiar with the how to build an API, how to secure an API. So to design APIs, first you need to learn how to create a RAML file. So once you create the RAML file, it is very easy to generate the flows or business logic. And to create raml file also, it's not that much difficult. If you learn, it will be hardly 10 to 15 lines of code, one get method and one post method. You learn how we are writing that raml code, that is enough. You can write n number of services. Okay, so today I will directly jump into the consuming services and show you that. Let's go to. So I created a new project like a web service consumer. So in this project, first I want to take HTTP connector, which I want to expose as a listener. Okay. So once I drag and drop, I need to connect this. I have already configured this thing. Just click OK and then give some naming. So I'm giving here some orders. Okay. And
Okay.
methods, you can specify a method, either get or post, or you can simply leave like this. So it default assumes that all methods can be acceptable on this listener. Like you can use the same endpoint for the post and get methods, if your logic is like that. But if you want to make it as a unique, you can make it as a get or post. You can write directly here, like get or post. You can write like this also, it will work. Okay, so now I have my listener, but what is my intention? I want to consume an external web service. So I want an external web service. So how can I get that external web service? You just go and google it, you can get some web service in online. So I found something, some t-shirt service, this one. So I have taken this service, and what I already copied. So but still, I will show you that how to copy. You just click and save as. Okay, and go to some place. You can give some name. It was already there, so Okay, so your WSDL will create like this. So you must give the dot WSDL. Okay, so do you guys have idea on this WSDL?
No.
Okay, a WSDL is a SOAP-based structure. So a description language which has all the operations which you want to perform, and it will also have a service name. If you see that the service and service name and the port on which port this service was hosted. Okay, and this is the port name, and also you can see an endpoint URL or SOAP address. Okay, and also what are the request and response schema format, you can also see that. So if you see that it has order t-shirt one type of message, and track order response is the response, and list inventory, different kind of operations are there. So when I say different kind of operations in simple language, how can I say, let's say if I want to book some ticket in Redbus. Okay, so there I have a list of operations which I can perform, like selecting destinations and then clicking submit button. So it's a kind of search button. First search I will do. Okay, so that is called the search operation, I can say. And then create operation. So if I want to book the ticket, first I need to create my login credentials in redbus.com. So something like that. So then you need to click on the create. So that is the create an account operation. That is one operation. And once you do that, you need to book a ticket. So to book the ticket, there is another operation. It's a book the tickets. So for each and every operation, the fields are different, right? So when you are creating an account, you need to pass your information, username, password, or your address, something kind of thing. So it requires those kind of details to create an account. And if you want to place some order, like booking the ticket or something, you need to pass that ticket related information. So those kind of information, once you expose as a service, and you can generate as a WSDL file. So that is called the WSDL, which contains all the information related to the your SOAP web service which is hosted. So this is a service which is hosted in some location. Okay, and when they hosted, they have created the WSDL file, and whoever see that WSDL file, they can easily understand that what are the operations which I can call that web service. And when I want to call that web service, what are the operations I can perform, and what are the fields I need to pass. So such kind of information you can see in the WSDL file. Any doubt in this?
No, I have a small doubt. Like
Mhm.
you saved with Wisdom,
Yes,
WSDL,
correct. WSDL.
WSDL. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Like once just we are taking the complete information of the particular page,
Hmm.
just right, and uh, okay, I understand till now what you're saying. Yeah,
Okay. So my intention is I want to consume this web service. I want to hit the one of the operation available in this service, like order t-shirt. I want to order a t-shirt. Like I will hit this order t-shirt service with the information required. So it is expecting this information. These are the fields I need to pass to hit the order t-shirt operation. Okay. You can also test some other operations which are available, like inventory item. So when you want to hit the inventory item, you need to pass this information. Okay, so now
yeah, I got it.
I want
Just they are just once you click that for the t-shirt things, just we need to show that particular fields like name,
correct.
details, age, and what are the sizes.
Yeah,
That's
this
it.
service was already exposed and it was in some place. Okay, so it is expecting, if you are calling some operation, you need to pass some information. So that information, how you know that? By seeing this visual, you can easily identify, right? What are the fields it is expecting.
Yeah, yes.
Okay. So why I am saving visual file, I will tell you. You can directly use this question mark visual, or either you can save the visual and copy paste in your place. Anything is fine, but sometimes directly using the endpoint URL may not work, because your solution file will expect the visual file located in your project. Then only it will identify. So what we need to do, we need to consume a web service. So what is the object I need to select? It should be a web service consumer, right? So just select and drag and drop it here, and just double click on it. You can see a list of properties which required we need to provide. Like just click on edit. Since it was already there, auto loaded, let me delete. So I just tested previous with that sir whether it was working or not. So the components were still there, so it's got loaded automatically. Okay, now let's. I just dragged and dropped web service consumer. Now I want to click on this add. Okay, now what it is expecting by seeing this web service consumer? So it is expecting a visual location, or so these fields automatically will populate once you give the visual location, the service port address. We have already seen that, right? Service port and address. If you see this visual file, the service name, this is the service and the name, and the port. What is the port? This is the port name. And what is the address? This is the address. So when you are consuming a SOAP web service, it is expecting these fields. Okay, let's try to give this visual and just copy paste here and see how it will get load out all the things. You see, so we just given the visual location. That's it. So it has taken all the information from the visual file, right?
Yeah, it by default it takes a server port and everything.
Yes,
Server,
service
I mean
port
like service
address.
port and address. Yeah.
Correct. It will take all
Yeah.
these details. Okay.
Yeah, why? Because just we already saved this file with WSDL. So
No,
by the reason it's taking.
even you are not saving. I haven't used this visual file. I just saved. That's it. If you see that it
Okay.
is not there in my project, I deleted that also.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
just showing that some in real-time scenarios we will get the endpoint URL with that question mark visual. We can generate the visual. Okay, they will give like
Mm-hmm.
this. Basically, they will give the endpoint address like this. So with this, you need to generate the visual. So you just open, go to the browser, copy paste this endpoint URL, and put question mark WSDL. Then it will open like this. Okay. So generally they give like
Yeah.
this.
Okay.
So they will give like this. It is very small. That's what it is not having any operation. But in real time, you will get a big visual files and all. Okay. So once I provide, just click OK. Okay. And then go to your operation. You can see a list of operations. Like I said, inventory, list inventory, order t-shirt, track order, right? So in this case, I want to do order t-shirt. I want to order a t-shirt, so I am selecting the order t-shirt. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So while doing this consuming web service, I will tell you how to convert an XML to JSON and JSON to XML as well. So my intention was to make you understand this transformation as well while implementing this web service consumer. So basically, what exactly what the format it is expecting? If you see the visual, SOAP-based web service always expect the XML format, XML request. Okay, they will not accept the JSON request. SOAP-based web service always expect an XML request. So we need to pass an XML request like this. This is the request it is expecting. You can also see when you place a web service consumer, it behaves with some data sensor. So if you just click and if you see here, you can see that expected XML. So it should be like order t-shirt with root tag and the field names address 1, address 2, city, country, email, name. Okay. And these are the list of fields it is expecting. So this is the input for this web service. So you can see that what it is expecting. And also you can see output for the web service. So what is the response? Order t-shirt response. So once you pass that information, you will get a response like this. So it gives the order ID. Once the order created, you will get an order ID back. Okay. Did you understand? So this you no need to do anything. Once
Yeah,
you
yeah, I understood.
copy the web service consumer and give the endpoint URL, it will automatically show you the expected input and output once you select. Let's say if I change the operation, how the input and output will be. Okay, just save it and look at your input and output. Did you see that? Expected it is a list inventory. It's got changed. Okay, and output list inventory response. So your response also got changed. So
Yeah, it's completely changed.
based on the operation, it will get changed. Okay, and you can also see track order how it is. Oh, just double click and see what are the expected parameters, email and order id. If you pass email and order id, then you will get some response back from that web service. So that response structure will be like this. It will have a root tag, a track order response, and with the three parameters: order id, size and status. Okay, so in this demo I will show you that order t-shirt example. Okay, so what I'm trying, I can directly pass an XML and I can hit this service, I can get the response back. But I don't want to do that such kind of simple directly hitting that website, because you can also do it from here as well and you can get it. But what I'm trying to do, I want to use some transformations here. Okay, and even when you drag and drop a transformation before the web service consumer and double click the transformation, you can see that how the data sense will work. So data sense, we will say that data sense. So the components, it will automatically sense the input and outputs. Okay, so we did not give any information in this transformation output, but it's got automatically loaded, right?
Yeah, it's automatically loaded.
Yes, so that is called the data sense. Okay, now what I'm trying, I want to give some namespace. Actually it is expecting some namespace, and the language which we use inside the transformation is called the data wave. It's a wave language. You can go and have a look on this data wave language. You can try some operations when you have some time. Data wave in Mule. So if you see that we can convert different types of formats, so from XML to JSON, JSON to XML by using this data wave language. And don't worry about that. By seeing the code, you need to write all this code. It's just a drag and drop. So when you drag and drop, this code automatically will generate. But simple understanding when it comes to a very big XMLs, how you need to do that transformation. Multiple records might come, right? So in such cases, how you need to do. So in our case, what we are expecting, we need to add some namespace actually. So to add namespace, so what is the syntax? Just check. So if you see that this is the syntax to add some namespace, right? So let's give this. So why we are adding this namespace? If you see the WSDL, go to browser and see your WSDL. It is expecting some namespace. So it has some namespace, target namespace, right? So it is expecting this namespace.
Yeah.
So I gave my namespace with one tag ns0. You can give it ns1. Okay, then
We can give any name on space of ns0.
yeah, you
Can
can
give
give
any name or only
ns1, ns2 because namespace when you see some XML formats, it generates with ns0, ns1, ns2, something like that. So initial starting, I mean, if you are creating a new service and you are giving a new namespace, then you can give it as ns0 always. Okay, then ns0 hash. So what is my root tag? What is
like my doubt is like
my
ns is mandatory. Is ns is mandatory, right?
yes, when you are
ns.
representing some namespace, you need to give something here. Okay, namespace directory. So this namespace will store in
Okay.
this NS and it will represent that. I think I guess something wrong. Yep. So whatever the payload, I want to keep it here. Okay. So this is what I'm doing. And let me show you that I had already prepared somewhere. Yeah. So this is the JSON format. Okay. So I took all the fields which is expecting by that service. Okay, by seeing this WSDL file, so I took all the fields and I mean each and every field I created. Okay, since these are less fields, I just created. In real time, we will ask the sample XML and we will post that sample XML. You don't need to create anything. Okay. So I created a JSON format. This is the JSON. So when you, the JSON format will be like a key value pair. So this is the key and this is the value, email and value, address and value, address to value. So it is like that with separating a colon. Okay, the structure will be like this. And you understand this? How to create the JSON format?
Yeah, I understand. It is which is familiar to Java. Like if you are the
Uh,
inside the curly braces, yeah,
and
understand.
we are passing a JSON format. So what I'm doing here, I'm sending JSON format. But what my web service is expecting? It is expecting XML format.
It's like XML. Yeah.
Correct. So in this case, what I'm doing, I'm sending JSON format and then transforming to the XML format which is expected by the web service. and then hitting the service. Got it?
Yeah, I got it. From JSON to XML, it is just converting.
Yes. So once this is done, next we also get response back, right? What we do, we'll put one logger and what exactly the response is coming, we'll see that. To see the response, you can also write one of the familiar mul expression, message dot payload as, okay, but here it is a java dot lang dot string. So why I'm using this, some in previous class I showed that, sorry, I think we haven't seen that. So when you call some web service, you will, the response will be like some buffered input stream kind of a response you will get back. So in when you are doing debug, you will not able to see what exactly the response is coming. So if I use this kind of mul expression, it will make it into readable format, and then you can see it. Okay, so let me run and see how it will be. So we'll run in debug mode, but also we'll use the same logger at in between the HTTP connector and transformer. Okay, we'll copy paste the same so that you can easily see. Okay, now it's done. Okay, and also you can mention this is enough mostly, and output, what type of output we are expecting. It is XML format output, and the namespace we have given, and the root tag we have given. So because we don't have the root tag in here, we are not passing any root tag. We are passing a list of fields, that's it. But my XM web service request, it is expecting a root tag. So that root tag I just copy pasted from here only. Don't think somewhere we have taken. So the root tag is from here only. Okay, and remaining fields, what we are seeing, payload. So whatever the payload it is coming, it should come under like. So let's run and see how it behaves. I will share the source code as well so that it will be easy for you guys to, I mean, if you get stuck somewhere, you can use the same source code and you can do it.
Okay.
Okay, so now it's deployed. Hope I ran in debug mode. So my endpoint is orders, right? I gave the orders endpoint, and I'm sending this information. Let me give something. Some, you can give any name here. It won't check in your Gmail. Okay, we just need to send it. Just send and then go to here. Okay, so my request came here. So first what it will come, and so the intention why I'm using logger and why I kept that java.lang.string. If you see that buffered input string, so will you be able to see that what exactly we are sending? We cannot see that. right? So to convert that and
Yeah.
make it as a readable format, we are using that message.payload as java.lang.string. So if you click next, you can see, you can able to see that, correct? So now you
Yeah.
have the information. So now our intention is to convert this JSON format to an XML format which is expected by the web service request. Let's see. Okay, that's great. Again, you can use logger in between these, and you can see what how the XML look like, and it is again byte array seekable stream, right? In debug mode, if you want to, if some, let's say you hit the web service and we are getting some error, the format which we are sending is not matched with the what the web service is expecting. So to debug that, what you have to do, you just place this logger component here and add that java.lang.string, then you can able to see what exactly the XML is going. Okay. Okay, good. So we are able to hit the web service and we got some response back. Okay. Now if I click next, then I think it will directly jump it here. If you come down, you can see the response back, my order created. And what is the response structure? Order t-shirt response. That is what the structure, right? We already seen that how the response structure will be. So if you see that, what is the response structure? Order t-shirt response and order ID, and it is an XML format. So that is what we got it, right?
Yeah. We ordered like 4 to 5, but we didn't give any order number, right? How can
No,
we
this
take
will
that
be
out?
generate unique, right? In the end system, once you give that, they will give some order ID.
Okay, by
Just some fake
default
service.
it will generate.
It's just a fake service. Okay, don't bother about the
Yeah, yeah,
information
so,
how it is creating. You just understand the concept. We are able to hit the service. We got the response back. That's it.
yeah, we are getting that response.
That
What
is
the
what
fields we are given.
if we have a proper one, we can do that. But currently we don't. This is also behaving proper only. But we cannot verify and validate that the response is coming correct or not. That's what. Okay.
Yeah,
So
I got it.
so what the, how the response you got it as a XML format, but my front end system is not going to accept XML format. I want to make it as a JSON format. So how can I do that? Because my front end system, they are sending JSON format and they are expecting response back as a JSON format. They can't understand the XML format. So I want to make this response as a JSON format. Okay. Any idea?
Instead of like uh, for just previously you said for the java dot lang dot some. So
Mm-hmm.
if you use that, like I think we'll get that field.
Mm-hmm. No, actually, if you see that what we did this transformation, what this transformation component is doing, it transforms the JSON to
It transfers the JSONs to XML.
XML, right? We are
Yeah,
receiving JSON message and then we are converting to the XML message. Just do the same thing in reverse way. That's it.
from
So
for XML to JSON.
yes, do the transform component. I think sometimes we have this JSON to XML to JSON. That also will work. Response, we don't need to send any namespace and all, right? So when it comes to the namespace, you need to use, I think. Let's try with the existing transformer how it behaves. XML to transform, right? And you want to see what request we are sending. Then you just drag and drop place the logger, right, and then put the same thing here. Okay, so these loggers are basically for our understanding, not for the customer requirement. Okay, for while doing development, we can see each and every component what exactly the message is receiving, and if you want to keep track exactly, then you
It's
can.
like a mediator for how so far it is working. Just we have to check it
When you're
using
if
logger.
you it's stuck somewhere, you want to see that and you want to fix the issues, so you need to understand what exactly the message is coming. So in that case, he use this loggers. Okay, let me send it again. Let me send some. I think this type order will not create the order with the same email ID. It was already exist, right? We may receive such kind of message back. Let's see. You see, so this is the XML which I am hitting. Just have a look how the XML is look like. Okay,
Yeah,
so if you can pass from the postman as it is, if you copy and pass, that will also will work. Okay, I mean I will do it next time by deleting and I'm just keeping for my reference. Okay, this is the XML where. Okay, now if I click next, I think it will get failed because you can see that why it is failing. What it is saying, the web service was designed
it's
something like.
already exist.
Yeah, so they designed like that. They if they are checking some validation. If mail ID is same, then they are throwing some error. Error already exists for the email address. So in that case, what we have to do, we need to just change the email ID and send it. Correct? So
Okay,
we'll
by
give it.
default, if you get the error, it go to the postman to change some errors.
Yeah, you can see this order already exists, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. So now I'm passing with some new email address and then hitting again. Okay, next, next, next. So now I can see that XML what I am trying to hit. Okay, now it went success. That's great, na? It got automatically
yeah,
converted.
it's created. Yeah, it's generated.
We did not do anything. We didn't use any transformation. We use the transformation, but existing transformation, not the transform component. Okay, so it's got converted from XML to the JSON. So if you come back and see that postman, now your response is different. Correct? And if you want to eliminate this XML and S tag, you can eliminate by using the transform component only again.
Okay,
Okay,
I got it.
because we use some default component, it came like that. But in general, you don't want this one XML and S because this is not XML, right? You don't want this namespace. That you
Yeah,
can do it simply just remove this and just add a transform component. Okay, instead of that direct transform component, we are using this transform component, and you don't do anything, just keep it what do you say, payload. That's it. Sorry, payload. In this case, I think it's not required. This two braces. So what is the output format we are expecting? It should be JSON.
it's like JSON.
Yeah, so you can give it application slash JSON. What happened? Expecting.
I think we need the curly braces and hash payload.
No, it's not required hash payload. It means it is not required hash payload. Just payload. Sometimes it behaves like that.
Yeah.
Anyhow, okay. Now let's go back and again. Now we need to send the email, right? Because it's got already created. So change it and then again hit, and I don't want to go in debug mode, just resume this. Okay, now we are able to remove that XML stack.
Yeah.
We didn't do much thing, we just placed a payload, that's it. Payload, and we mentioned that output we want as a JSON. So we are getting XML response, but we used some transform component which can easily convert an XML to JSON, right? This is,
Like it can convert any type of language or
yes,
only
yes, we have
Python one.
CSV, Java,
Mm-hmm.
we have different kind of
Oh,
language. XML to JSON transform.
JSON.
Okay, okay. So as I said, you can directly pass the XML also. So we have seen that XML structure, right? You can pass this XML also, but when you are passing XML, can you tell that what we need to do?
Come again?
We have seen that we pass the JSON response, okay, and then we
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
convert it into XML, and then we call the service, we got the response back, right? But
Oh, yeah.
now my front end can able to send XML response. Let's say let assume that my front end can understand XML format also. So you don't want to use any JSON, right? You can directly pass the XML as it is. Okay.
Okay.
So in
Like
this case, you don't require this component at all. This component is
yeah.
not at all required.
Just need the web server and logger. How so far it is working.
Correct. So let me comment this component and see. So if you go XML, okay. So what is the component after the logger? I will put, I'm going to comment this transformation, and one more logger also I don't require because I already used one logger. Up to here I'm commenting. Okay. Something wrong, something wrong. I think this will not take. Okay, that's it. So you don't delete components. If you did something and if you want to go back, what do you have to do? You just comment, go to XML, and then you can comment it. And again, if you want to use the same, you just go to the XML configuration and then
Like
uncomment it
if you
and
don't
use.
even like just how you went to that particular page, can you show me once?
Yeah, here
For
it is there, right?
configure XML?
Configuration,
Yeah,
configuration
configure
XML.
XML.
That's it. Okay.
Okay,
And how I
configuration
went,
XML.
how I went, you want to see that, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So what is the my flow starts here, okay, And what is my first component? It is HTTP listener. What is my second component? It is logger. What is my third component? It is a transform message, transform component. Okay. And then what is the next component? It
Yeah.
is logger. The same as it is,
Yeah.
each and every component you can see. Got it?
Instead of deleting, just we are
Huh.
hiding the fields.
Because we cannot hide here, right? We cannot hide here. So you just go to the configuration XML, you just comment whatever you don't want to use right now. Okay.
Okay, I got it.
Yeah. So now my intention is I'm not passing any JSON format. I'm directly passing the XML format and then hitting the service, right?
Yeah, yes.
So the endpoint is same. Okay. So now I'm passing this XML. I need to change the email address. I gave demo 2. I'm not changing any other fields because you don't require. It is not expecting. Just click next. So that's it. At this place, we were able to see the XML. So that XML is required by the web service consumer. That is what you need to identify. That's it. If this is matches, that is enough. Okay. Something wrong. No, we already created demo too.
We need from XML to JSON here.
No, that email already was existed.
Yeah, it's demo 2 we already generated.
Okay, let's give something demo 3. Awesome. Okay, so what you saw here now, you are able to send XML request and you got the JSON response back.
Yes, sir. Yeah, we received this.
But your front end want a XML response back only. Then in that case, what do you want to do?
Front end XML.
Your front end, your postman want to see that XML response only instead of JSON. I want to see XML response back.
Okay. Just we have to, like, after the web service for the XML source.
Mm-hmm.
Ah,
Nothing. See, your web service already giving a XML response back, right?
XML. Yeah, yeah.
You want to
Then logger, we have to take off that JSON
exact.
transformation.
That's right. You just need to comment that
Yeah, we have to. Yeah, I got it.
transform component. So where is that transform after the web service consumer, right? So just put this like this, then it automatically come. Cut this one and then place where the transform component end, where it is ending up to here, right? Just keep it here.
Yeah.
But some when data wave we are using this three what is that underscores, so that you need to remove it, then XML will understand when you are commenting. Okay,
Yeah, yeah, okay.
again when you are going back you need to put that 3 slashes.
Yeah.
Okay, now go to here and then send the XML request, then you will see the XML response back.
But it's the demo 3 is already generated, right? So it shows some error.
Right, definitely. So give it demo 4, hit that, resume it, and you will see response back as XML. Get it? So what we learned from this class, we are able to
From
send
JSON to
JSON request.
XML and XML to JSON request. Yeah.
Yeah, we need to send JSON request and get the JSON response back by hitting a web service. Sorry, and we need to send. We are able to send the XML request, and we are able to get the XML request back, and we have seen that how to, one second guys.
The data and like
Yeah,
write the data what from XML to XML or JSON to JSON. Yeah.
yes, that's right. Okay, so
Yeah,
any
I got
doubts
it.
so far? So let me uncomment. I
Uh,
want to keep it the same only. So when you are
okay.
uncommenting, we removed something, right?
Mhm.
This here we removed 3 slashes, the data
This
wave,
is yeah.
and that you just keep it and then remove this, and where it's got
Okay.
started, it started from here. So remove this, okay, and just go up, and which one we commented, and we commented up to here logger. This also you can remove, and wherever from the starting points, this is the starting, you just remove this. That's it. And it will show error because we removed that. It requires this after namespace, it requires this separation, this is called separation between the header and your payload body. Okay,
Yeah.
that's it. I can see my XML, I mean flow as it is back.
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay, now if you pass XML it will not work. Okay,
Yeah.
so because your flow was designed like it should expect a JSON format, then it will like that, so you need to pass as a JSON
JSON
also.
to like yeah.
Again we
But
will,
it won't work. Why? Because of demo 3.
yep.
It's already generated.
Hmm. Let me resume. Give something demo 5 and see. Okay, cool. So today we are able to see that how to consume an external web service. This is very important real time. Yeah. So okay.
Tomorrow session.
What's the time now? Do we have time? Okay, I think it's all right. Yeah, we'll see in tomorrow's session how to consume a REST-based service.
Sure.
Okay, I think it's better. You
Sure.
guys can practice it so far what we have done. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. In the meantime, like, just share the recording, so I'll try to sort out.
Yes, sure. I did for yesterday's session. You got it right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.